This is a clue to the identity of one of our guests for you and our panel to identify. And here's our panel. Take a good look.
Take a look. Take a good look. Starring Ernie Kovacs. Brought to you by Dutch Masters Cigars. Skillfully blended to give you cool, clear, mild taste. Next time, step up to finer smoking pleasure with Dutch Masters, the fine cigar. And here he is, Ernie Kovacs.
Good evening, and welcome to our three panelists here tonight. First, I would like to say hello to them because in the fast-passing film we're all running about and never see each other very much with 3 or 4 cameras rushing back and forth and everything. Cesar Romero looks particularly good tonight.
Well, thank you, Ernie.
Even the dandruff is wavy. And the good-looking broad in the middle, who should be home doing dishes, and that's why
I never saw you before in my life.
That's right. I've never seen this lady before in my life. My wife, Edie Adams, is here tonight, and to her left is a gentleman who last week bit Zsa Zsa Gabor's dog and has had a mouthful of brown dental floss ever since. Jim Backus.
By George.
Well then, there is no reason in the world why we can't explain the game, particularly now that I'm beginning to know it a little better. We all pride ourselves on our memory for famous names and faces. Tonight again, we're going to put our panel and our viewing audience to the test. We'll meet some people whom you've seen on magazine covers, read about, heard about, or spoken about during your lifetime. We don't always ask you to name them. Sometimes we just ask you to guess their claim to fame. Now, we give 3 clues to the panelists, and the clues are worth $50 each. If all 3 clues are missed, they're worth $150, which is doubled for some kind of penalty, and the guest gets $300. So for our first guest now, panel, ladies and gentlemen at home, take a good look. This is a gentleman who has recently appeared in the news and has made something rather exciting in the way of news. We'd like you to tell us exactly what it is that we are seeking. We now give you $50 for your first clue and give you 3 panelists your first identifying clue. Take a good look, panel.
Good morning. You want the usual? Hot dogs?
No, I'll take that.
Huh. Be my guest.
You are?
It's a crazy outfit. It has nothing to do with the clue, the outfit, I think. All right, we have our first clue, which is right here, and we start with Cesar Romero.
A ham with cherries on it, huh? Mm-hmm. You look to me as if you're an athlete. Are you in the world of sports?
Yes.
Baseball?
Yes.
The Dodgers?
Yes.
Don Drysdale?
No.
No?
Wait. Yes, this is Don Drysdale, but we have an item that appeared in the paper that we're seeking. It is, we just don't want his identity. Don Drysdale, the star pitcher, of course, of the Los Angeles Dodgers, is in the news in a specific way in these
Well,
days.
he's working as an actor in television.
Holy mackerel there, Cesar!
I'm sorry, I cut him down. He only gets $50? I should have stretched it out.
No.
He gets 100.
No, as a matter of fact, Don is appearing in a Western television series, The Lawman.
Yes,
and,
I know.
He will
Ernie?
be starting the spring back to
You
baseball.
know, he looked at me. You looked at me when you first came in.
That's right.
And we were at a banquet honoring Larry Sherry last week. And this fellow not only is an actor, he's a very funny MC, so let's watch it.
We could use one on the show.
Yes.
How does he look with a mustache?
Well,
I don't know about that. I saw a picture of you all done up in your cowboy outfit the other day. You
well,
look
can I
mighty-
show you one
look
of the
mighty
clues we
sharp at
had?
it, huh?
Let us show
Yeah.
them the second clue. May we show them? Would you open the curtains and give them the second clue? You move a little bit,
Uh-oh.
Don, would you? This was our second clue in case you were not too sure here.
Is this?
Getting close, look out.
Don, are you going to play a good guy or a bad guy?
Well, Ernie, I'll tell you, play a fella that it's a good guy, but he gets sort of roped into a certain thing in this program, and
Isn't that the way of life?
that's
Really?
it, I'll tell you. Yes, it goes right along with it.
When will your first one appear?
Well, I'm not sure when it's going to come out. I believe they said it takes about 2.5 months in that.
About 2.5 months?
Right. That's what Jules Shermer and that. He's the producer of the show.
And you'll be
That's what
back in
he
the
said.
spring again, back in baseball training, won't you?
Right. That's
Of course
right.
you will.
Which
Well,
do you
thank you.
find easier?
Well, so far, I don't know. Tomorrow is the first day of shooting, and I can let you know.
Don't show up like you did at the game with those bases loaded.
No, that's...
Well, you go over there and you'll find other things are loaded besides bases.
That's what I meant.
It's a whole new industry. How much did Don win here? 150, 2,000, $5? $50? $50? There is legitimacy. You can't get that low and be dishonest. Thank you so much. Don Drysdale, who will be appearing in the Western Alum. And I'm going to give you a wee bit of legerdemain while we show you a special kind of magic by Dutch masters. Well, I don't know what took you so long on that one. If we keep dallying like this, we'll never get off the air. I think it is only befitting, inasmuch as I've had several notes passed to me under the desk that I mentioned why I'm not shaved tonight. Tomorrow morning, I start shooting for a picture, and I'm supposed to have a beard that day. This is a kind of a love scene between me and a girl over at 20th, Margot Moore, and not only have I not shaved, but I've been eating salami garlic, or garlic salami, whichever way you... Well, it was salami garlic in this case, so it's a great day tomorrow. But anyway, this is what this is about, and it's not just a discourtesy on my part.
That's the kind of love scenes I like you to do, dear. You keep that up.
All right, my dear. Mrs. K is in the middle. I didn't mean to mention that love scene. I thought it was Zsa Zsa on the panel. I'd forgotten.
It's all right, sweetheart. If you want me to be, I will. I forgot the doggy, but what?
Very good. All right, now our second guest panel and my wife. We have a gentleman coming up here. No, it's a lady coming up here this time. We don't ask you to get her by name, but we do ask you to tell us what she has done to make her appear in the news recently. And panel, take a good look. I will just refer to her, if I may please, as Mrs. X. And now you have $50, and we give our panel the first clue. by the way, that's my natural hair. I am a blonde. This is a wig that I'm wearing. Here. We'll start our questioning. You can see while I'm acting, you're home doing nothing. Edie Adams.
Tell me, this took place recently?
Yes.
Did it take place near here?
No.
No. How recently? Within the last month?
Yes.
Had something to do with a fire. Did you save somebody from fire?
No.
Did it have any...
You say it had nothing to do with the fire. You're married?
Yes.
And you're very statuesque and beautiful. Are you in show business?
No.
Your compliments aren't going to get any extra answers out of her. Just stick to the yes or no stuff, okay?
All right.
All right, yeah.
Was what you did, was it a big news story?
Yes.
And it had to do with a heroic act that someone performed?
No.
Was it in the field of politics?
Yes.
Politics, yeah.
All right, Jim Backus, now we go to Cesar Romero.
Do you come from Michigan?
Yes.
A town called Livonia?
I could punch him right in
Your name, Mrs. Maryworm?
Oh, gee.
No.
Yes, it's close enough. I can't. Yes.
Worryworm or something. You're in charge of 47 policemen and 55 firemen.
Oh. Caesar, you're wonderful.
He's
tonight.
amazing.
Very well read.
This is Miss Laurie.
I think it's
just
Joel.
a few weeks ago appointed by the mayor of Livonia, Michigan, and she is now the head of police, and will be in November, and the police and fire departments in that city. Caesar, you're remarkable.
I got the paper. And a very good-looking picture of you in the paper, too.
Is that in the paper or magazine?
Confidentially, the show is gaffed, and I slip them all the answers.
No.
No, this is really remarkable. I just think you're tremendous
I
tonight,
was going to
Caesar.
say a female fire chief. I don't.
No, she's in charge
No,
of
but,
firemen
we-
and police.
I think this is Joel Kupperman grown up.
I think you're just wonderful.
Is that right? 47
Tell me
policemen and
something.
55 firemen.
You are now the head of the police and the head of the fire department. Therefore, you theoretically and in true hypothesis have the right to arrest people, don't you?
Yes.
Let me ask you something. Let's say that you're out in Livonia. It's a hot afternoon. You're standing there in your blue uniform, polishing your bag and stealing apples. And along comes Kirk Douglas in a great big sports job, and he pulls over to a red-lined sidewalk there, and he gets out of his car and he walks into a store or something. And now you have your book of tickets in your hand. What are you going to do? Are you going to give Kirk Douglas a ticket, or are you going to let your woman's instincts come through?
Oh, I definitely give him a ticket.
Good.
You're here.
Well, there goes corruption flying out the window. I hate to see it leave, but may I unwrap this for you?
Yes.
Simply because I've tried unwrapping other things here, and I wouldn't want a lady to, the lid will lift right off. This is a little present from the Dutch Masters people and the people who create. Take a good look. It's for you for your first day on the force. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Romero. Well, we'll have to get a hard one up. I have something here for you, my dear. Would you read this, please?
I'm leaving.
Don't forget to get 1 pound of... Oh, no, that's not. Look, baby, read this. The unshaven man who passes himself off as moderator of this show is now going out to do the commercial for the sponsor. Yours for better cooking, Ernie. What are you doing after the show, baby? I'm going to hide the key to your cigar humidor. That's what I'm going to do.
¡Preparen armas! ¡Apunten! ¡Fuego! 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 ¡Qué bueno! Muy bueno, hermosa.
Next time, step up to finer smoking pleasure with Dutch Masters, the fine cigar.
Here.
A little sex on the air never hurt, right? Now we are ready for our third guest. Panel, take a good look. Now, this is a gentleman you will not have to identify by name. However, we must know what he did. And just to make it a little bit more fun for the audience at home at this point, we're going to tell the audience at home and here in the studio where we're going to hold up cue cards in light which you have not seen since you've been growing mushrooms in a cave. You will not be able to see these things. I hope that we can catch them for you. And just tell everyone who he is and what he has done.
Our guest is Mr. Martin Kassendorf, who in April 1959, with 16 other UCLA students, set a world's record, all 17 managing to squeeze inside a regulation-sized telephone booth.
All right. You now have $50, Mr. X, and we give our panel their first clue. Oh, it's finished, my dear.
Oh, how wonderful, Alex. What is it?
It's a device to talk to people over long distances, to tell them... I'll call it a telephone.
But will it work?
The old Moxie. I don't know. Stand back. I'll call Mr. Watson and ask him to come in here. Mr. Watson, come in here. I want you.
The number you have reached is not a working number. This is a recording. Please check your telephone directory to determine if the number you have reached is a working number.
Now then, there is your first clue, such as it may be. And we start our round of questioning with Jim Backus.
Young man, do you happen to be carrying a credit card?
Yes, I do.
Are you a gentleman that carried a great many and went on a long trip all over the...
Wait a minute, Jim, the one that cashed in all of the checks at the...
Yes, I
That's
read...
not the one.
No.
Well, oh.
There you are. Now we get... Cesar?
Is this thing that you made the news with, are you a student?
Yes, I am.
Are you in the line of... No, I don't know this one.
Oh, thank God.
I think he knows it.
I know. Are you in the line of chemistry or physics?
No.
No. What you did, is this something that you have been rewarded for or received an award for?
No.
I heard a
Maybe
story-
you change the sheets tonight, I'll slip you the answer.
Oh, I'll hide all your collar stays. You be careful. Tell me, I heard kind of snickers out there
Yes.
when they said what you did. Does this have anything to do with inventions that were going on there?
No.
Inventions? Anything physical?
Well...
No, I just, was it in the field of sports then?
Yes.
It was in the field of sports.
Well,
It took
this
place...
is specifically not in sports, if I
Let
may
him
use...
answer. I'm getting
Yeah.
with
No, but I'm older. And I'm louder, too. That is the end of the round. It is not specifically sports. That would not be fair to say that this was in the field of sports, because this is not a recognized sport unless you are one of this particular group. Now, you have $100, Mr. X, and I think I've confused the panel sufficiently to give us a second clue. How about that? And they investigate quiz shows. All right. Let's start again with Jim Backus.
You're in school. You're in college.
Yeah.
Has this anything to do with romance?
No.
Well, no, of course not.
No, I thought that wrestling had something. Has nothing to do whatsoever with romance.
No, sir.
What you're doing, is it connected with your scholastic work?
No, sir.
No, sir. Was this in the newspapers recently?
What do you mean recently?
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
mean-
a good question. I like that. What do you mean recently?
Well, I mean, like in the last month.
No, sir.
No, sir.
But it's still a good question, Jim. Cesar?
Are you, did you take part in sort of a crazy thing, sort of like, not, but sort of say like the fellow that swallowed the goldfish at Harvard? Is this sort of something like that?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Are you the
okay.
champion telephone crammer-inner? Everybody jumping into telephones?
This and our head bows in low tribute to Cesar Romero is indeed Martin Kassendorf, who in April 1959, with 15 other UCLA students, crammed himself into a regular size, with no gimmicks, no plastic sides, no rubber sides, telephone booth. We are very happy, as a matter of fact, to have Mr. Kassendorf agree to reenact this whole thing and try to break a new one tonight. We'll show you this, I hope, after a short message from our sponsor, and I think that it should be most interesting. People with a modern outlook have more fun, do more. Here's why so many men go for Panatellas by Dutch Masters.
You look very much like he's a young fellow, very well dressed, like yourself.
Now, sweetheart, you saw that the panel show's not easy, right?
Yes,
Next time you're on, you want the answers. Don't be so smart around the house, right?
After shoving the coffee in the study all week long, not allowed to come in. I don't know.
It's an interesting thing at home. Edie's not allowed in my study. It wasn't allowed in my study for the show because we discussed clues and everything all day long, and it was a wonderful thing because I had more card games there that she didn't know about. Martin, the gentlemen that we have assembled here tonight, or that you have assembled, they're all members of UCLA. Are they buddies of yours, or?
Yes, most of them are members of Phi Sigma Delta fraternity.
And this is a legitimate squeezing into the phone booth. You know, you got the wrestling because that was squeezing wrestling.
Yeah.
See? And our genius here on the back got them all, and I'm sure he put the clues together. And we are going to really try this thing. I would like to, however, seeing 17 people coming up here, I'd like to get off the stage. So if I may say good night, my dear, to you. I'll see you at the restaurant later, of course, but for show folks, it's good night now. Jim Backus.
Thank you, Ernie.
Thank you.
Will you give him stupid pills?
Yes. Thank you, Cesar. Good night. And now I just blow this, right?
I don't believe.
Yeah, we'll be right there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I couldn't get in the booth. Well, I'll explain to you. Yeah, good night. Good night. Good night.
Out-of-town guests stay at the Hotel Hollywood Knickerbocker and are flown to Hollywood by TWA, Trans World Airlines, who fly the Boeing 707 jets, the fastest jetliner in the USA. Take a Good Look is created by Irving Mansfield and Peter Arnell. This has been an ABC Television Network presentation.